San Diego again.
As you take a look at least the first couple, you know, balls that could have been caught by his receivers. Jed Pertier here, going to run the route. A good job of delivering the ball in bad weather conditions. Ball bounces off his hands and it's picked. Here, Dwayne Carswell has a chance to make the catch. Little curl over the middle. Now that ball is delivered as the defender is really coming for the hit, so you give him a chance to make the hit on the ball. Then Plummer again here. Gonna throw a ball a little bit too low. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Defender makes a great play on it. So these are all good plays. I give credit to the San Diego Chargers. This one, another great play, but you had a little more room to the outside. Rod may have been looking for it a little more outside. But again, you cannot turn the ball over in critical situations. No matter what, it will ruin your chances to win football games.
San Diego Chargers have won 6 straight games and doing it by defensively stopping the run, which they did a good job against Denver today. And you saw the Breeze, the 1 interception on the wet day, but they don't turn the ball over. Marty Schottenheimer said Marty Ball is dead. But winning Marty Ball
Marty Ball is not dead. It's not dead. He might try to convince somebody of that.
Tomlinson with 113 yards rushing today, and the Chargers lead the West by 2. Now, both the Chargers and Broncos, for example, play the Colts left. There's a lot of football to go in a very good. Look at this.
Look at this conference.
This is a conference.
Look at this.
The only good news for the NFC today is they didn't play the AFC.
That's correct.
The Patriots, Steelers with their Sunday night game, Colts, Chargers, their first place team. Jets now with some distance on the other 7 and 5 teams in Jacksonville. You never know if streaking Buffalo gets in the mix at 6 and 6.
Cincinnati now at 6 and 6 with that win over the Ravens today makes that interesting going down the stretch.
They could each be like the 2nd or 3rd best teams in the NFC. Buffalo and Cincinnati. Wow. When we return, game balls on a day with a lot of decisions made by some of the big-time teams, obviously going places.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a great-tasting, low-carb Miller Lite.
The NBA on ESPN continues Friday. Allen Iverson and the 76ers, succeeding in the talent-filled East, face the Chicago Bulls. Sixers versus Bulls, live Friday. The NBA on ESPN. Friday Night Fight special event. With 44 bouts under his belt, Cootie Espada will try to teach a lesson to the 6th-ranked featherweight in the world, but Rocky Juarez is hoping to take over the classroom with his 15th knockout. Friday Night Fight special event on ESPN. Friday Night Fight special event. With 44 bouts under his belt, Cootie Espada will try to teach a lesson to the 6th-ranked featherweight in the world, but Rocky Juarez is hoping to take over the classroom with his 15th knockout. Friday Night Fight special event on ESPN. The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN. Live Tuesday, FC Porto fights for survival against Chelsea. Then group-leading PSV takes on Greek power Panathinaikos. On to London, where the Gunners of Arsenal face Sweden's Rosenborg. Then on Wednesday, live from Italy, Real Madrid faces elimination when they take on Roma. From Spain, Deportivo faces high-scoring Monaco. And then we're in England, where Liverpool and group-leading Olympiacos play. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN. This week,
Primetime Performers, brought to you by Domino's new Double Melt Pizza. Get the door. It's Domino's.
Boomer, this is one of the few times I've ever split my game ball, but I thought they were both deserving. The wide receivers of the Cincinnati Bengals, T.J. Houshmandzadeh, 10 receptions, 171 yards and a touchdown. Chad Johnson, another 10 receptions, 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. I felt like I had to give it to both of them.
And a big comeback indeed for Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Donovan McNabb, club record for yards thrown, 5 touchdowns, all in the first half. He had never done that in his career before. Donovan McNabb and the Eagles made mincemeat of the Green Bay Packers. You think Donovan will invite me back? He said, well, you don't do well, you might come back. And by the way, Brett Favre didn't play just about all the fourth quarter because the record, he'd rather be healthy for the stretch run. And so his streak of 36 games in a row of throwing a touchdown pass ends. And for you youngsters who out there, unlike maybe Tommy and I, never got a chance to see Johnny Unitas, that record took 5 years to establish. 47 from
Louisville.
He was great. Favre, way to go, Brett. But the streak ends 11 shy. For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching Week 13, NFL Primetime.
City struck gold with Big Ben.
Roethlisberger, will this kid ever lose?
Leftwich is going to give us a game, I'm telling you.
Touchdown, Jacksonville!
Here in Jacksonville, we got some of the best fans. They really are our 12th man.
Walking down the street and just hearing someone yell, "Go Steelers," is the greatest feeling.
Our cardiac kids have heart.
Win, Jacksonville!
He's got burgers named after him all over the city.
Around here, he's known as Lord Byron.
Their emotion, the momentum, it's all there with Roethlisberger.
Win, Jaguars!
In this game, we know it's a challenge for us.
We have no margin for error right now. Time to go out there and win this football game.
Sunday night on ESPN.
The Steelers and the Jaguars take the field here in Jacksonville for their only primetime appearance of the entire season. It's the same place, Alltel Stadium, where each would like to be this February for Super Bowl 39. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. Both of these teams believe in the same thing. Run the football and stop the other team from running the football. There's nothing fancy about it, nothing cute. It's old school, and most of the time it works. The Jaguars are 6-5, and that doesn't get it done in the AFC, and the players have been very open about it this week. For them, the playoffs start tonight. For the Steelers, they come in 10-1. That is their best start in 30 years. And if they can keep winning, they will earn home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And, Joe, the most fascinating thing about it, they're doing it with a rookie quarterback.
But is he really a rookie? Ben Roethlisberger was taken in this year's draft. As a matter of fact, he's playing with a chip on his shoulders. Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers were two quarterbacks who were taken ahead of him. Well, as far as Ben's concerned, he was the best of the bunch, and he's proving it. All he has to do is manage this football game for the Steelers and hand the ball off. Byron Leftwich, same story here. In his second year, now starting to get comfortable. He realizes that he has to run the football and hand it off. But I think it's going to be different for Byron Leftwich. I believe tonight he's going to have to put the ball in the air against the Steeler defense if the Jags have a chance.
All right, Joe, the Steelers do get Deuce Staley back tonight, and he will be the starting running back. But, Paul, we will still see a lot of the ageless wonder, Jerome Bettis.
5 weeks ago, when Deuce Staley went down, 32-year-old Jerome Bettis picked it up. He averaged in the last 4 games 30 carries per game and over 120 yards rushing. We had a chance to talk to head coach Jack Del Rio at Jacksonville. He said you cannot win in the National Football League unless you can run the football. Well, in the last 3 weeks, Fred Taylor, their running back, is averaging 25 carries per game and over 100 yards. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a smash-mouth football game, and they're both going to bring it.
Thank you, Paul. There is a unique relationship between the young starting quarterbacks on these clubs. More on that from Susie Colbert when we come back.
Sunday night on ESPN.
Vote in the 12th Man Challenge for the team who has the best home field advantage because of their fans. Log on to ESPN.com. Every vote is a chance to win. Presented by eBay, the power of all of us.
This week on ESPN, the UEFA Champions League continues Wednesday with 2 more from Matchday 6, including Roma versus Real Madrid live. On Thursday, wax your boards for 2 episodes from the WQS surfing circuit. Friday, you got the guts to go all in? These guys and girls sure do. The 2004 World Series of Poker. Then later, Rocky Juarez and Gudi Espadas Jr. battle in a main event special Friday night fights. Sports all day, every day on ESPN this week. The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN. Live Tuesday, FC Porto fights for survival against Chelsea. Then group-leading PSV takes on Greek power Panathinaikos. On to London, where the Gunners of Arsenal face Sweden's Rosenborg. Then on Wednesday, live from Italy, Real Madrid faces elimination when they take on Roma. From Spain, Deportivo faces high-scoring Monaco. And then we're in England, where Liverpool and group-leading Olympiacos play. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Welcome back to Jacksonville and the Battle of the MAC. As in Mid-American Conference, both of tonight's starting quarterbacks came out of the MAC, and both have had to endure the stigma of playing against lesser competition than the big Division I schools. Doesn't seem to have hurt them in the NFL. Byron Leftwich and Ben Roethlisberger also happen to be very good friends. After all, how often do opposing quarterbacks go out to dinner the night before the game? But these two have been pals since their days of Miami of Ohio against Marshall. 2 head-to-head meetings in college, the last 2001. Ben, a freshman, threw for more than 200 yards. But Byron, a junior, walked away with bragging rights for the second straight time. I asked each what impressed them about the other.
Every time you look, even when he was in college, he's always making plays, outside the pocket. Even when he was college, he can make a bad play and turn it into a good play, and he almost do it every time.
The way he's a leader, the way the guys rally around him, all the way from college when guys are carrying him down the field because he's got a hurt leg, to here when guys are helping him up, and just the things that he does, and then the obvious things, the way he throws the ball and things like that. It's just, he's so much fun to watch.
Both agree tonight's matchup is personal. And by the way, it was Ben who bought dinner because Miami of Ohio lost to Marshall in the MAC championship 3 days ago. Mike, so much more on the line tonight. This isn't about dinner. It's about making the playoffs.
And Susie, we'll learn one of these days you don't have to be from one of the big schools to be a big-time quarterback in the NFL. ESPN presents Visa SkyCam, innovative technology on ESPN. The worldwide leader in sports. Visa SkyCam provides some of the most unique and memorable images ever seen from angles no other single camera in the world can achieve. And we are excited to bring it to you every Sunday night. Huge game in Jacksonville. We'll be back for the kickoff in a moment.
This week on ESPN, the UEFA Champions League continues Wednesday with 2 more from
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The AFC division leaders right now updated with today's results. New England, Pittsburgh, of course, San Diego, and Indianapolis. The worst division leading records, 9-3. The Jets are 9-3. Then come Baltimore, Denver, and Jacksonville. But the Jaguars, with a win tonight, would move into second place in the playoff race among wild card teams. That is how big this game is for them.
When you think of this football game, it's almost like these two teams are not in separate divisions. They've played each other for so many years. The rivalry exists.
David Allen is deep to receive. Jermaine Lewis on the injured list for Jacksonville. The Jaguars wearing all black tonight. Allen from the 4. Hit up around the neck and taken down at the 20. The Jaguars have committed to run the ball more. That's just fine with Brad Meester, the veteran center who has started all 75 games of his career. Tonight, he is wired for sound. In his 12th year, Jimmy Smith keeps producing for the Jaguars offense. He's 6th in the NFL with 909 receiving yards. And Fred Taylor, a premier running back, without the premier reputation, he has almost 1,300 yards in total offense. He's 9th in the NFL in rushing. They open with 3 wide receivers. Troy Edwards is the 3rd man. Somebody jumps up front, and Taylor will get 2, maybe 3 yards before he's brought down. And there's a marker down at the line of scrimmage.
You will see a lot of activity by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
Offside. Defense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
A lot of activity by that defense. Jack Del Rio is familiar with Baltimore. and he realizes the type of... It's active, it's mobile, it's quick, and it'll hit you.
It's active, and you're looking at that time it was Joey Porter, number 55, who was a linebacker that was offside.
Kyle Brady and Todd Yoder come in as a double tight end set for the Jaguars, and a single back. Blitz coming left, which unloads. It's incomplete. The pass was intended for Reggie Williams, knocked away by James Ferrier. The Steelers have the #1 defense in the league, and Aaron Smith is having a career season. He has 8 sacks, #1 on the team. Ferrier may be having a better year than anyone. He leads the team in tackles and all NFL linebackers with 3 interceptions. The investment in Troy Polamalu is starting to pay off. Last year's top draft choice has 4 picks this year.
They said Polamalu on a blitz last time.
2nd and 5. Taylor breaks 1 tackle, gets a couple of yards, given 3. He's out to the 28-yard line. Larry Foote made the tackle. When Fred Taylor, the 7-year veteran, is healthy, I think he's as good as anybody. He just never gets that kind of credit.
Well, the thing about it is, no one really realized this guy's played the last 43 straight games, but in his first couple of years, he was hurt a lot, and people really don't recognize this guy as well as he can run. This guy has got a lot of power, and they depend on him. Like I said before, they're going to try to run him at least 25 times a game.
3rd call at 3. He's a 234-pound back, although he didn't look that big. Blitz coming. Taylor with a great block. And Jimmy Smith can't get it down the sideline. Willie Williams was there to knock the ball away.
Every single down, the Pittsburgh Steelers blitzed. But every single down.
I really believe that this was very important for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They picked up the blitzes. Watch what this offensive line does and the back. Look at the job that Fred Taylor does. Now you get the ball up the field. Jimmy Smith just would have caught it out of bounds anyway. But I think it was really important that they picked up the blitzes.
Chris Hansen will punt to Antoine Randall L., the very dangerous receiver. That punt long and sky high. Randall L. will make the catch, the 22, a 50-yard punt. The Steelers' offensive line anchors the #2 rushing game in the league. Alan Faneca, 3-time Pro Bowl pick, regarded by many as the game's best. Hines Ward is a 3-time Pro Bowl pick as well, an excellent receiver and the best blocking wide receiver in football. Deuce Staley is ready to go after being out a month with a hamstring. He's been averaging a snazzy 4.7 yards a carry.
And don't be surprised to see Jacksonville do the same thing the Pittsburgh Steelers did. You got a young quarterback, they've got to go after him.
A sellout, possibly record crowd going crazy at the start of the ball game. Play action by Roethlisberger. Plenty of time, and now he takes off and slides into the 28-yard line. The Jaguars defense has been very tough, especially up the middle against the run game.
Ben Roethlisberger adds a dimension to this offense that has really kept him, I think, given him the chance to win these games. He will take off and run with the football instead of try and force one in and throw an interception.
More play action. Roethlisberger on the run, too strong, knocked away, incomplete. Dwayne Washington knocked it down. The Jaguars defense has 2 of the best defensive tackles in the league. Marcus Stroud, tough against the run, also gets a great rush going after the passer. At only 230 pounds, Mike Peterson is one of the smallest middle linebackers in years, but he thrives with 127 tackles. And Donovan Darius is the heart of this defense, a natural leader. He has been a constant in a changing secondary. 3rd and 5. 4-man rush. Roethlisberger again takes off. Throws on the run, complete to Hines Ward down to the 48. First down, it's a gain of 23.
I'll tell you, the pressure comes up the middle. They only ran a 4-man rush. They did not blitz Ben Roethlisberger. They came after him with just 4. So they roll him out of the pocket, but the guy that makes the play is Hines Ward is double-teamed right in the middle. Then he sees Roethlisberger leave. Look at him get deep behind the linebackers. Watch this. He's going to sit right, 86, sits there. He's covered. Now he sees Ben running. He runs. Perfect.
And remember what Bill Cowher said. When they were blitzing up the middle, it didn't seem to bother them, so they started to come from the outside. And Donovan Darius led that charge. Deuce Staley was buried in the backfield.
Look at the first 4 plays of the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3 passes. The first one, Ben throws incomplete. The second one, he darn near gets his head taken off. The third one, he's running for his life. The fourth one, the Jags stuff it down their throat. This defense is going to figure out what Ben can and cannot do, and you watch the pressure they start to add on him. They don't get in too many second and longs. The Steelers offense doesn't.
2nd and 11 here. Staley to the outside. Cuts it back, picks up 6, maybe 7 yards. The Deuce is loose again after being out with a hamstring for a month. 151 carries, 707 yards. And he's been a great addition coming over as a free agent from the Eagles.
Don't you like what Bill Cowher said about Deuce Staley and Jerome Bettis? He said, I always thought you needed a big back, a little back. He said, then I thought maybe you needed 2 little backs. He said, wrong. What you need in the National Football League are 2 big backs that can run, and they have them.
Willie Parker comes in. He's number 39 as the 3rd down back. Roethlisberger underneath again, and Hines Ward has the first down at the Jaguars' 37. Dwayne Washington, the former Steeler, was there to make the tackle.
Ben Roethlisberger does a nice job this time hanging in the pocket. Everybody says, don't look at your receiver, don't look at your receiver. That's a bunch of baloney. You have to look at where you throw the football.
Eventually.
Oh, yeah, don't stare him down. It's up to the receiver to get open, and if you're looking at him, it makes it a little easier to throw it. That time you saw Ben execute it.
Hard to throw to a guy you're not looking at, isn't it?
Kreider's the only one back as a blocking back now. And Hines Ward again. Ward 10-5, touchdown. Aiken Adele came on the blitz, and Deuce Staley at 242 pounds was there to pick him up and protect his quarterback.
Boy, Deuce Staley's been away for 4 weeks, but I'll tell you, he's not lost any blocking techniques. Watch 22. Bang! I mean, he steps up, and there's wide open down the middle of the field is Hines Ward. Touchdown. Look at Hines Ward. He get open? Well, I'll tell you what. This guy is the toughest receiver in the entire National Football League.
Hines Ward caught 3 passes on that drive. Got his 4th touchdown catch of the year. And the Steelers have broken on top here in Jacksonville, going for their 11th win in 12 starts this year. Great start for Roethlisberger.
Third down and 5 from the 32-yard line. The pass is caught by Isaac Cruz, who loses the ball after picking up the first down, and it is picked up and run all the way back for a touchdown.
Trade away an all-star center. A defense from Christie.
Bryant tracks it again.
Christie played him beautifully, but Bryant wouldn't take no for an answer.
Great job by that offensive line.
This to take the lead from 42.
They blocked it.
It was Langston Walker.
What a huge, huge play.
We head to the gridiron for NFL Sunday Night Football, where the Oakland Raiders upset their divisional rivals, the Denver Broncos, in the snow. Kerry Collins led the attack, throwing for 339 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Jerry Porter caught 3 of them, including the game winner, as the Raiders won 25-24. ESPN celebrates the Oakland Raiders, our athletes of the week. The NBA on ESPN continues Friday. Allen Iverson and the 76ers, succeeding in the talent-filled East, face the Chicago Bulls. Sixers versus Bulls, live Friday. The NBA on ESPN.
No rookie has ever done what Ben Roethlisberger has done so far, win his first 9 games. And what a drive he engineered there. 7 plays, 77 yards, took less than 4 minutes off the clock, and he hit 3 out of 4 passes under some pretty good pressure from the Jaguars. Reed to kick again to David Allen. Allen this time from the 8. Had a seam up the middle and takes it to the 26-yard line. Byron Leftwich now has to bring his team from behind. We're in the first quarter in Jacksonville.
Simply the finest football on the planet. The top clubs. The elite players. In a quest for the ultimate prize of European football. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN. The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh. The NFL on ESPN.
3 minutes of punishment. 10 rounds of action. And sometimes you can describe them as the best rounds of the year. We're searching through our collection and choosing what we consider to be the best of Friday night fights. Every week, only on ESPN.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Subway. It's what to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh. T. Rowe Price, invest with confidence. The redesigned Toyota Camry, now that's moving you forward. And Campbell's Chunky Soup, with big chunks of meat and veggies, it fills you up right.
549, go Navy!
The Navy win over Army, very popular down here this weekend. There are 3 naval bases in the Jacksonville area.
Of course, a hello to all our men and women in the service out there.
God bless them.
Their best to them.
Greg Jones is in the block for Fred Taylor for Jacksonville as they start their second drive, and Taylor covering up that football. Goes across the 35 to the 36, just shy of a first down.
Now you're going to see why they want to give Fred Taylor the ball at least 25 times a ball game. You know, he was smiling with us the other day. He's very healthy, but watch him run. This guy can deliver a blow. He sees a hole to the left, and he just pops inside. That's Joey Porter not being able to bring him down. Joey Porter can bring most people down, but not this guy.
He doesn't run, he gallops.
Well,
he's a galloper.
Steelers show blitz and come with it. Taylor runs into a wall, bounces off of it, and has a first down. Let's check in with Susie.
Well, Mike, you guys in the first series were talking about Fred Taylor and how he would feel about going relatively unnoticed, even though he's had all these great years. And he said he did have a harder time with it when he was younger because he felt he deserved the accolades. But after 4 losing seasons, he doesn't care. He just wants wins. He said he hates losing. He said doesn't even like losing to his kids. Some guys say that. He really means it.
Well, Susie, he was overshadowed when Mark Brunell was here. When the team first got the franchise, Brunell, Jimmy Smith, and Keenan McCardell. Taylor again. He'll pick up about 4 this time. And the quarterback, Leftwich, came out, may have been stepped on and stumbled, just barely got the handoff where he was.
Well, Byron Leftwich has a brace on his left leg. Now he comes out, and he just trips over the guard, but he gets the ball from Fred Taylor. But he's been wearing that brace for what, almost 2 years now.
Yeah, but he doesn't like it. No, just the last couple of weeks, it's not very comfortable for him.
2nd and 7. Steelers cover the blitz again. Leftwich, who is not terribly mobile, takes off and then completes the pass to another former Steeler, Troy Edwards, the 13th overall pick in the '99 draft by Pittsburgh.
You saw Byron Leftwich move around. I mean, he's wearing that brace because he hurt his knee a couple weeks ago, missed the last 2 games. He's not the most mobile guy in the world, but you see with that brace on, he's still able to get around pretty well. He said he's about 85%, but then when I asked him, he said everybody's about 85%.
Did you see what he did after he threw that ball? Because Edwards went toward the sideline. He was running downfield to throw a block.
I don't think he'd have caught him. But
it was the effort. Fulmatu Ma'afala, another former Steeler. This has become Pittsburgh South.
Well, there's 4 former Pittsburgh Steelers on the Jacksonville team, and there's only 1 on the Pittsburgh team.
Oh.
Well, they give up some, but they don't take many back.
Well, Bill Cowher pretty much builds this franchise from the bottom up. I mean, everything is within. What a great job he has done as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Through all the transitions and the free agencies and people leaving and moving around, he has kept this team at the top.
Ma'afala stays in as the running back, and now Jimmy Smith with his first catch. Another first down. Smith to the 33-yard line. Brought down by Deshae Townsend, and Jimmy Smith enjoying something of a resurgence this year. 5-time Pro Bowler, and he is number 12th all-time in the NFL in catches, number 14 all-time in yards.
It was something, in talking to Jimmy Smith, it was almost very simple of why he's having the year he's having. He said he's learned how to take care of himself, learned how to get rest, learned how to eat. Now he's physically fit and able to handle the season.
Leftwich, good protection. Now he takes off. Dives inside the 30.
And I'll tell you what, this is very good blocking up front by Jacksonville. And watch Leftwich here. When he goes back and he sees no one open, he feels the pressure back from the outside. And when he feels that pressure, I like what he did. He only goes as far as he thinks he can go without getting whacked and gets down.
The other thing I liked about him is he was very decisive. A lot of times guys aren't sure whether they want to throw or run when they hit that point. He just made the decision to go. You can't make a lot of mistakes when you do that.
Taylor is back in. Fred Taylor. A great block by Greg Jones. He just upended a blitzing linebacker. I mean, that was unreal.
Does he send him airborne?
It was Polamalu.
Watch. Number 43 tries to leap. And Greg Jones said,
helped him.
Yeah, you want to go? I'll send you up. Hello. Goodbye.
Well, that's Polamalu. He's the one that took himself out of the play.
The Russian judge gave it a 9-5.
Yeah. Ukrainian judge gave it an 8.
I'll tell you one thing. You realize you don't need to be doing that stuff against this football team or any football team.
That's the way he plays.
3rd and 2, only 1 wide receiver. Ma'afala. Boy, there's some big guys out there butting heads tonight. Ma'afala, 6 feet, 252, and he's a tailback.
Well, remember at the beginning when I said it's going to be smash mouth. Watch this offensive line. Now, what they just did right there is just take the white shirts, the Pittsburgh Steelers, back. And when you move them back, you're going to pick up that 3 and 4 yards.
And that's the #1 overall defense and the #1 rush defense in the National Football League. That's what they were moving.
Yeah, but running the football is nothing but attitude. And right now, the Jags have got an attitude. They want to pound it.
10th play of the drive. Taylor.
We're going to give it to Fred Taylor, I think, 25 times in the first quarter.
I think so, too. He's going to get his quota. And Dick LeBeau The longtime defensive coordinator comes back in that role again this year and has certainly made a difference. He's one of the fathers of this defense going back years and years.
He is the father. I saw him on the field before the game, and I said, it's great to have you back. You know what he said? It's just great to be back. The man loves his ball club, and he loves the game.
Well, they have the same respect for him.
Boy, don't they ever. 2nd and 9. Taylor with a man in his face, knocked down actually by his own blocker and pushed back a couple of yards. And that time, led by Van Olhoffen, that Steeler defensive line surged.
Remember the last play when the black shirts took the white shirts out? Watch this one. Here come the white shirts. And when they get penetration, Van Olhoffen, he's there, number 67. When they get that kind of penetration, I don't care who you are, you're not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And he's going up against Efren Salam, number 76, who has struggled in the last couple of games. They've even talked about putting Bob Whitfield back in there.
Third down and long. Leftwich guns it. It's complete to Edwards. Edwards breaks a tackle. Touchdown. The former Steeler, a Biletnikoff Award winner in college, gets the touchdown. It's his first of the year.
You'll see Willie Williams try and bring him down. Catches it over the middle. They got a shot at him. I'm sorry, Chris Hope was the guy that had a shot at him, and he just spins right out of it. What toughness. Well, you just got to bring yourself into this game and say, you know what? People are going to hit me. I got to hit people.
Jacksonville had scored only 14 points all year in the first quarter, the second fewest in the NFL. But that was huge. They have tied the Steelers at 7 on a 22-yard touchdown pass.
Friday Night Fight special event. With 44 bouts under his belt, Cootie Espada will try to teach a lesson to the 6th-ranked featherweight in the world, but Rocky Juarez is hoping to take over the classroom with his 15th knockout. Friday Night Fight special event on ESPN.
Player. 3rd down and 5 from the 32-yard line. The pass is caught by Isaac Cruz, who loses the ball after picking up the first down, and it is picked up and run all the way back for a touchdown.
Trade away an all-star center. The defense from Christie. Bryant tries it again. Christie played him beautifully, but Bryant wouldn't take no for an answer.
Great job by that offensive line.
This to take the lead from 42.
They blocked it.
It was Langston Walker.
What a huge, huge play.
This week on ESPN, the UEFA Champions League continues Wednesday with 2 more from Matchday 6, including Roma versus Real Madrid live. On Thursday, wax your boards for 2 episodes from the WQS surfing circuit. Friday, you got the guts to go all in? These guys and girls sure do. The 2004 World Series of Poker. Then later, Rocky Juarez and Cootie Espada Jr. battle in a main event special Friday Night Fights. Sports all day, every day on ESPN this week.
It's exactly what we expected. Both teams just trying to shove it down the other's throat. That time the Jaguars went 73 yards in 12 plays and took nearly 8 minutes off the clock. The Steelers lead the NFL in time of possession. That time the Jaguars showed them how they could do it too. Coakley and Taylor deep for the return for the Steelers. Ike Taylor taken down at the 28-yard line. Deke Cooper on the tackle. And the rookie out of Miami of Ohio, who is not lost as a starter, will have it when we come back. First quarter in Jacksonville. That's Friendship Fountain across the river. Just beautiful down here on the waterfront.
Mike, one of the things that Jacksonville would like to do defensively, they told us, is to keep Ben Roethlisberger in the pocket. In that first series, they did not.
Staley behind Kreider as they start from the 28-yard line. Deuce to the outside, pushed out of bounds. Check in with Susie.
Mike, the story of the night. Two quarterbacks, old friends and rivals since college, both answering the call. Ben Roethlisberger, the rookie, to the veteran Hines Ward for the touchdown on his very first drive. But Byron Leftwich answers to former Steeler Troy Edwards, tied at 7. It's going to be a battle, and it's personal.
Boy, it's been a beauty so far. Two of the biggest quarterbacks you will ever see. These guys are enormous. Staley to the outside. And surges forward very close to a first down.
Ben Roethlisberger really didn't come out just handing the ball off. He came out trying to get the ball in the air a little bit. Does a nice job. Doesn't want to force it, so he decides to take off and run. Again, he feels pressure, gets outside, finds Hines Ward in the little soft belly of the defense, and then throws the nice corner stepping into it, and Hines does the rest. Very poised. I don't know whether you want to keep him in a pocket. I think you need to put somebody in his face somehow, not just standing in that pocket.
He was so impressive when we met with him. Hines Ward on the end around. And gang tackle. He'll lose a yard.
Dwayne Washington makes an excellent play. He is a safety. He came up inside. Excuse me, he's a right corner. He comes up. Watch number 30. He beats the block on the outside. He doesn't make the tackle on Hines Ward, but he slowed him up enough so his other guys could get there.
And that's a difference of 7 yards by breaking that tackle.
We have a flag on the play.
Came in late with guys apparently still on the ground, pushing and shoving.
It's going to be against Jacksonville. I think that's the one thing you have to be careful of in a game with this much intensity. You want to be able to keep your guys calm and cool and not have them make critical mistakes.
Don't do stupid things. I mean, you know, it's hard enough beating a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but don't add to it.
Rather lengthy discussion.
Both of these coaches, you know, with tough guy reputations, and they earned it. They both played in the league. Bill Cowher, a special teams star for 5 years. Jack Del Rio 1 year went to the Pro Bowl. He was an outstanding linebacker.
Have you ever seen Bill Cowher that relaxed as he was last night? I never have.
There is no foul for contacting the official. The contact was accidental.
Oh, what a nice job. What a nice job by the officials on that one.
Will you record this?
I'm telling you.
December the 5th.
Bill Vinovich, one of the 2 rookies that we have as referees in the league this year, because Johnny Greer went down, but Bill was going to be the only one. Nice job of understanding the intensity of this game.
Oh, okay.
Jerome Bettis, the veteran out of Notre Dame, 12 years, who has had 100 yards rushing the last 4 games. The oldest back in the history of this league ever to do that. He has been brilliant. And the bus gets the ball and takes off, dragging people with him. Mike Peterson, who's 230 pounds, he's the middle linebacker. He gives up 25 pounds to the bus. That's the end of the first quarter. It's the Steelers 7 and the Jaguars 7 from Jacksonville.
Third down and 5 from the 32-yard line. The pass is caught by Isaac Cruz, who loses the ball after picking up the first down, and it is picked up and run all the way back for a touchdown.
Trade away an all-star center. The defense from Christie. Bryant tries it again. Christie played him beautifully, but Bryant wouldn't take no for an answer.
Great job by that offensive line.
this to take the lead from 42.
They blocked it.
It was Langston Walker.
What a huge, huge play.
Three minutes of punishment. 10 rounds of action. And sometimes you can describe them as the best rounds of the year. We're searching through our collection and choosing what we consider to be the best of Friday night fights. Every week, only on ESPN. Oh, suddenly it's December and the NFL on ESPN is into its playoff drive. The wild card picture in the NFC will become much clearer after the Cowboys and the Seahawks battle in a must-win game for both clubs. Cowboys-Seahawks live tonight on ESPN.
Who do you think had the best day in the NFL? How about Drew Bledsoe, Buffalo? Kevin Jones of Detroit rushed for nearly 200 yards. Peyton, of course, who's in it every week. Donovan McNabb, what a day he had.
That was a half.
Yeah,
that was. He had 1 touchdown.
Portis, 148 yards.
Seriously,
you can
that was
vote
a
right
hit.
now by logging on to ESPN.com or NFL.com. We'll give you the results in the fourth quarter. Willie Parker comes in for the Steelers. Roethlisberger throws to Antoine Randall L., who makes a few moves and is inside the Jacksonville 30-yard line, gain of 14.
Nice pick by Chris Doring, number 83, who's really active because Plexico Burress is down. They've missed him the last couple of games, and I really think this offense misses Plexico's big playability. But this was just a nice little pick on the outside. Anytime you can get the ball in the hands of Antoine Randall L., lots of things can happen. There's Plex. I think he's made a world of difference.
He's got a hamstring injury, and really, there's almost nobody behind Hydes Ward and Antoine Randall L.